Anacondasqueese here, and I'm doing a very quick video here just to show you what has happened with the new Minecraft 1.36 update. I'm standing in the snow biome, as you can see right here, because of the brand new mob. It's polar bears. We've got polar bears in the world. I'm super excited. I was so happy once I saw them here in the console. For those of you, we'll start off with polar bears here. And polar bears are a natural spawning mob. They spawn in the ice plains, or the ice fields, the ice mountains, and the ice spikes biomes. They can be found in both adult and baby form. Thing about polar bears is they are docile until you hurt them. As soon as you punch a polar bear, they're going to get very angry, and they're going to maul you. Do a lot of damage. They kill you in about 3 hits. We're looking here. We've also got if you kill a polar bear, they have a chance to drop a raw fish or a raw salmon. Let's get some polar bears in the world here and get some babies. Now, the bad thing about this is you cannot breed polar bears in the wild. You have to just let them do it. You can't have a farm of these things and pop them out, but it's not a whole bad thing, because if you punch one baby polar bear, any adults in the area are going to try to attack you. Let's get out of creative mode and we'll try this here. Now, they do quite a bit of damage. They get up on their hind legs and they hit, look at that, 4 hearts. 3.5 to 4 hearts of damage there kicked out. But yeah, let's get out of here. Let's try to survive here. But yeah, so that is what I'm most excited about for this whole update. I could not wait for polar bears. I love having mobs in the world that are not monsters but can still attack you. Next thing on our list, we have a new food item. It is beetroot. As you can see, I grew a little bit here. So here are our beetroot seeds. Here's a picture of the beetroot, and there's the beetroot soup. So it takes 6 beets to make beetroot soup. In my opinion, not the best thing to add to the game. Beetroot only gets rid of 1 bar of hunger, whereas beetroot soup gets rid of 6 bars. Like, that's a good thing to have, I guess. Like, get rid of 6 bars really quickly. And it just compacts down 6 beets for that, so that's not too bad. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks kind of cool. Like, adds a little. If you guys do like doing gardens, like when I do gardens, I like to have a little bit of diversity, and it's nice to have something like, at least you got a little bit of red in there now. It makes it look a little bit nicer. And the next thing we got here, we got the bone block. This is a new block you can find here. This is occurring naturally underground, so you could be digging and find fossils. And the cool thing about this one is they usually spawn in a fun little shape. They end up looking like ribs or spines, like kind of sticking on the ground, something like that. Like it's in a nice, cool shape. So these things are made up. You can craft these with bone meal now. 9 bone meal gets you one bone block. Just another. It's a nice color. It's a new texture of the world, something good that you can have. Depends on. I'm trying to figure out how I would like to build these. Maybe we'll see in the next couple episodes here. Let's move on here. We got the nether bricks coming up here. So we have 3 new bricks, 2 for the nether and 1 for the end. You get the nether wart block, which you can see here is made up of 9 pieces of nether wart. We've got the red nether brick, which is a combination of 2 pieces of nether brick and 2 things of nether wart. Gets you 4 pieces, I believe 4 pieces of the red nether brick. And then the end stone. The end stone bricks in the PC version are what make up the end cities. So there's big towers, there's structures there. They are not in this update yet, so there are no here on the console version, but it does let you put these weird looking stones to use in making something just a little bit prettier. Like, it's definitely something, like, I could definitely see myself using these, so like I'm kind of excited. The red nether brick, maybe not so much here. Let's see. And the nether wart is just, these things just kind of spawn, so you can get nether wart spawn just in like random clumps all throughout the nether here, so it's just a nice way of compacting all of that nether wart if you do a lot of enchanting. Let's move on here to the grass path. So this right here, this brown stripe in the middle, you can see it's a little bit lower than the rest of the grass around it. This is the new grass path. So all of the paths that are in the villages used to be made of gravel. Now they're going to be made of this grass path. So look, as you can see here, like you can't get this any other way than creative. Like, you can't use silk, or actually you might be able to use silk touch. You know, it wasn't possible in the PC version before when they first released it, but they might be able to do it now. But all you gotta do is you gotta take a shovel of any kind, walk up, and if you L2 on it, it'll pat it down and create a nice little path for you. The thing about this path is this path stays. You can jump on it. It's not gonna switch. Just a little something. Like, I've been using the coarse dirt for my paths, but I think I really like this. I like the indentation. I like that it's lower than everything else. So that's something I'm gonna start using here for sure. We'll go over here. We do have 2 new enchantments. Now these cannot be found through the enchantment table. You can fish and get these books, or find them already made, or find weapons and boots already using them, but you cannot get them from the enchantment table. Now we got first one here is mending. How this works is essentially if you have a tool with this on, basically anything that has durability on it, so armor, tools, put this enchantment on it. Now when you start using that enchantment, like if you start mining, if it's on a pickaxe, it'll go down all of your durability. But once you start getting every experience block or little orb that you pick up is going to give 2 durability back to your weapon. So the more experience you get, the more your weapons can repair, which is kind of handy. Like I could see this being really, really useful, like especially to use like a bow during the Ender Dragon fight, kill the Ender Dragon, get all that experience, and your bow can be back to normal. Like it's super, super handy here. But this is the one I've been really excited about. This is the Frost Walker. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take this here. Let's get ourselves some pants, or some boots rather. So same thing. You can't find this in the world, but you have to find it out through the world. You can't get to the enchantment table. Let's get this down here. Frost Walker on there. Let's go just in a different view here. So how this works is these boots here will now let me walk across water. So it will create a thing called frosted ice. Now these ice blocks, as you look behind me, they're going to start disappearing. Like these do not last forever. They're very easy to break. But basically, as long as I'm wearing them, I'm totally fine. Now this doesn't work if you start jumping. Once you start jumping, it kind of gets all glitchy and it doesn't really catch up with you. But yeah, like it's super handy. Like if this is a big ocean, I want to get over there. This just made my journey so much easier if I didn't have any boats. Like I've been very, very excited for this one. So, here we go. So the bad thing is, you can't jump. And then once you do jump into the water, you gotta pray your ice is still there and get back up. But yeah, so I've been super excited for this enchantment here. One of my favorite parts of the new update. This and polar bears, and I'm a happy, happy guy. The last thing that's coming into the update here is banners. I'll give you a very, very quick tutorial on banners, because banners have added a whole new section to our crafting tables. So this is a banner here, super, super like plain. It's just a plain white banner. They work just like, let's get this out of the way here, just like signs. You can place them on the ground, and they face the same way that you're facing, just like the signs. Put them on a wall. And then just like just like paintings, rather, you can go through, like stuff can go through them. They don't have any real substance to them. That being said, there are a lot of cool things they can do. So it's 6 pieces of wool and a stick are needed to make some banners here. Let's just get a bunch. We're just going to do the white for now, but these come in any of the colors you can get of wool. So any color you can make in wool, you can make a banner of. And we're going to get some dyes here, because the dyes will let us make patterns. All these banners here can have up to 6 patterns overlapping on each other, and then as you put them down, like the first pattern you put down is going to be on the bottom layer, and the last pattern you put down is going to be on the top layer. Let's get down here. So yeah, once we get into our crafting table here, you'll see right away that there is now a banner section here right on the left hand side underneath our crafting table. You're going to hit R2 to go down to this. This changes the type, and here you go down. You can select all the different colored banners you want to make. If you press over to the right here, this shows all the banners that are currently in your inventory. So we're going to make a couple more here just to get them going around. So this lets us select a banner. So this is where we customize our banner. So if we had different colors here, you could go through it. Maybe we want to do the blue one, but we're going to stick with the white here. So you're going to hit triangle to select the banner, and this brings up all of your patterns. L1 and R1 to go through the kind of sections here, like you get this nice fade going through. This one just a bunch of shapes. This one lets you cut in halves. We got some stripes, and then there's symbols, which is like it's kind of cool. But you can see you're gonna need a creeper charge head with that one, so it's a little bit harder for you here. I like the black thing. Oh, okay. But yeah, so you get a couple cool things here. Let's just go back. We'll just do some basics here. So you're gonna go here. So we can see it starts with black, but we can go down to red. We can get all of our colors. We can make the stripe any color we want here. We're gonna do one of blue. And all you gotta do is you gotta hit triangle, and that adds it to the thing. So that's all you gotta do. So this is not done. We've added our thing. Now if we want to go and add more layers here, we can keep going through, hit triangle, add all those. But if we want to keep it just like this, we're gonna hit X to create, and now we've got, like, see, you can go switch through our white banner with blue stripes, Or we can go do our white banner. Let's do here. Let's get a couple more layers going through here. We are gonna do, let's do a circle. It's a red circle. And over top of it, well, let's do an outline. What else do we got here? I think we got lime green. Yeah, let's do a lime green outline. And let's go back and do the circle because I forgot to hit triangle. Perfect. See, like that's kind of cool. Like we got that going on, but extra great. And now we can go through here. Wonderful. Now let's say this is the banner that we want to do. We want that whole pattern. That's going to be the anaconda squeeze pattern. It's not, but let's just say for the sake of argument, that's what's going to be. We are going to go over here to copy. And as long as we have additional empty banners there that are white, we can copy that. Oh, I lied. I don't even need that. So as long as you go over here, you can just copy as many times. It doesn't take any resources. That's kind of cool. Awesome. Something I learned there. Yeah, it doesn't take any more resources. As long as you make one, you can have an unlimited amount, it seems. Perfect. Well, this is super awesome. Yeah, none of my resources are going down the more I make. So perfect. Well, guys, I hope you had a really helpful time here with me. It's been a really good update. Not the hugest update, but some very, very cool things. I'm excited for banners. I'm excited for these enchantments. I'm excited for the new polar bears. So make sure that if you learned something or you found this video helpful, just make sure you like and subscribe down there. It would help me out a whole lot. And hope you have a nice time. We'll see you fucking later. Bye.